So, good day. Welcome back to Project Development and Operations. This is a Sunderland University and FT University in both the UK and Vietnam. I'm Sean Watts. Today, we are lucky we have gone through lots of details. The first details you can look at are the contacts to get in touch with us. This week, we can talk about many different things, lots of details, but we're going to start with the actual presentation of projects, which is here. So each group is developing a project development plan for their and discussing their operations. We're going to have two different groups going and presenting their details. They're going to be presenting up to 20 slides with references and talking about 3,000 words. And then we're going to have 5 minutes for feedback for this. And everyone else is going to be evaluating these details. And we can share the details later in our Facebook group or in this email. So with that said, we have two groups ready to start. Who's the first group ready to go?
Yes, so we will have the groups present first, and then after that we will have a Q&A session, and you guys will decide which group, which business plan you're gonna invest.
Great. Our first group is Easy Meal. Awesome. I look forward to these details. I think it's going to be great. So go ahead, Easy Meal.
Okay, so let's refresh ourselves with a small TV ad from our group.
Beautiful. You're teasing me. With family in Canada with ice and snow. You're showing me paradise. Oh, this is torture.
Sorry, but I think just showing the video, right? It
Yes.
doesn't have sound.
I don't know how to turn on the sound.
Oh, okay, so when you're going to share your screen, it will ask you to click on some your monitor, for example, but at the bottom corner of your screen, it also has a small box. You might need to log back out and then log in, or stop sharing your screen and start sharing your screen again, and make sure the small box at the bottom saying, do you want to share your volume or share your audio? Click those.
Wow. Okay, so let me try again. Yes, so can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this one will make by our marketing manager, Mr. Vượng, to show what is our brand we are aiming for. The food, nutritious, green, with the as good as the cook by your mother. Okay, so it's our group. The project is about the easy meal, and we have 3 member group: Mr. Gum, Mr. Vượng, and Long. So Ms. Gum, she will present about the company summary with the learning outcome number one by one. So, Ms. Gum.
Yes. Hello, teacher and everyone. The first, our group would try to introduce with you about the company's moral and justification for the business. Easy Meal is the food and beverage company follow the cloud kitchens, delivery only kitchen business model. Easy Meals will deliver the hot meal to the customer based on their orders received from the firm's website or mobile application. Easy Meal provides the customer to order meals in quickly and monthly packages from various menus of different cooking styles. Easy Meals offer lunch and dining options that are superior to those from fast foods, street foods, and mixed brand restaurants. And there are class of numbers of the fast food chains, mixed brand restaurants, and street foods vendors serve meals for office workers, but they cannot meet the customer demands for both products and service quality. As a result, Easy Meal aims to start providing its service with the first cloud kitchen to be built in Hanoi. Easy Meals target the market young office workers. The age from the 24 to the 40 years old, which creating this demand for more convenience, nutritious and tasty meal delivery to their office. For the company on the shift, Easy Meal is the limited liability company where share is quality owned by Ms. Gum, Mr. Long, and Mr. Vuong. Their three partners will maintain the 100% ownership of the company, since they will borrow the 60% of the initial investment from the banks, while the rest of will be funded internally. And for the executive summaries, we have our objectives. The Easy Meal has identified the key objectives to be achieved in the next 3 years to open 3 Easy Meal kitchens by the end of the 2024, to get the 50% of the net profit margins, to source the 500,000 meal in total from the 2022 to the 2024. Our mission is a new mission to deliver convenience and nutritious and tasty meal to all the busy people, while supporting the firm's profitability and local communities' well-being. And our key success to become a successful business, Easy Meal must secure 4 key passes. Among them, the first 3 are popular in the food and beverage industries, while the last one is vital in this time of booming e-commerce. The first high quality products is offered by Easy Meal will be replaced with the fresh and nutritious ingredients, highly hygienic cooking process, eco-friendly and packaging, and consistently good flavors. And the second, good chicken location. Easy Meal kitchen will be located at the most convenient location in its street with the highest number of the office fast delivery to the targeted customers. And the third, professional online support online staff handle the customers' requests and complaints must be helpful, assertive, and professional and efficient. And the first highly visible in the online environment, only two online business model. This is new websites and mobile application makes appears at the top when the customer search for the direct keyword of the office, lunch or deliveries, meals, or the fast food and blah. And the next slide, please. For the products, our products Easy Meal offer the direct customer ready to eat meal at their office within 30 minutes after the orders are sent. Or for simplicity, the company will offer only 5 different. This is for the first 6 months of operation. The 5 different dishes will be chosen through the menu developed described in the Peter 9.2 below. To standard, the cooking process will ensure the outcome of the food quality and quantity. The amount of the ingredients used for this will be carefully monitored. Follow the standards received. Easy Meal kitchen staff and the chef will be trained to strictly follow those receipts while maintaining the standard cooking times. It can be seen from the 9.2. The specification of the rotate menu building to find the top 5 dishes satisfies the following criteria. Is availability of the ingredients, and overall the food cost is below the 25%, sharing the similar ingredients, easy to store and deliver, and short cooking times. And about the men's comparison, our delivery only kitchen, cloud cooks and chef station, fast food chains, and KFC and Lotte and Pizza Hut, and a middle range restaurant serves office meals, and street food vendors serve the traditional Vietnamese dish model in children's in the 2021. And now the next please. And our competitive edge is the nutritious meal offer. Young Vietnamese are more concerned about the healthy eating heritage. We checked the surveys at the 2022, and convenience eating office workers are having less time to eat. And because the various meal and flexible options, the Vietnamese love to eat the various kinds of the dishes. And about the manage.
So, greeting everyone. So, my name so I'm going to talk about the market analysis summary. So, after founding at Easy Meal, we intend to provide the office meal with high quality fixed menus with corporate consumer. So, during the initial interview, numerous travel agents, CEO, and the top managers encouraged the founders to target the primarily office worker. So, also we all create the menus for the low market segment, take a lot of money and effort, and which require a lot of menu planning. So there are 3 entrepreneurs dropping the initial idea as mentioned about. So we can focus on delivery, all the kitchens and office employee. So at investigation, with 10 office workers suggest a safe meal habit due to 2 factors: the fear of COVID-19, so the decrease of deposit income. So the 3 main requirements for our preferred office meal are: the meals may be delivered in office within 30 minutes because the office worker only have 1 hour for lunch, and the dishes must be tasty and nutritious since the office worker are involved with care and cooking. So the test one and as well as the last one, it must be easy to heat the meal with our office microwave. Moving to the target consumer. So Easy Meal main target consumer is a young office worker, aged the age from 24 to 40. We prefer to have a quick, convenient, nutritious, and a tasty meal at the office. So the detailed percentage for this market is drawn in-depth interview during the market survey. So as you can see, it's about Mr. Hype, we see 25, a single dog, and is a pharmacy worker, and she had to cook the after lunch having haste, and her cooking is not good, so eating out it is costly and inconvenient too. So Ismail will target to 100 youthful office employee from 24 to 40 years old, and it will use a distribution methods such as mobile app, and it's a website and the third-party partner to reach the target. So according to Vietnamese General Statistics Office in 2020, the office result in the 2019 Vietnam population in housing context, it roughly more than 300 person and who aged 24 to 40 work in Hanoi office, and up to 80% office building are concentrated in Dong Da, Cầu Giấy, and Hoàn Kiếm district. So the first easy meal kitchen is open in Dong Da district, followed by 2 more in Cầu Giấy and Hoàn Kiếm. So test the prospective client base on the year 3 is about 276,000, while year 1 and year 2 is 92 and 184,000 respectively. So for the 6 of assessment, let's assume that Easy Meal can craft 5% of market sector within the first year of operation, with about 20% margin of safety, and the firm market will analyze it follow to the table as you can see. So moving to the market trend and needs. So the online meal ordering is booming and becoming popular among young Vietnamese consumer. So the trend growing popularity and the economy improve, and the office worker have less time to eat and spend less money to eating out and avoid eating in the crowd setting a fear infection of COVID-19. So the mobile meal ordering and delivering apps like GrabFood. Now later we have the Shopee Food or Baymint to be exactly, so accelerate trend. So in 2021, the internet meal delivery in Vietnam had generated more than $80 million and could be assumed that more than 129 million in 2025. So if you offer dinner, so 80% of young office workers in Hanoi are willing to pay over 70,000. And for a range for 30 to 50,000, they can eat a back lunch either an unhealthy fast food restaurant. So the outside market is searching for the company as bring the nutritious, tasty, high quality meal to the office worker quickly and affordably. So the last one is market growth. According to the Vietnamese General Statistics Office 2022, so the office worker will increase 5% year from the 2021 to 2025 as a young university graduate prefer to work in a big city rather than in the tiny village or the city. So 1 of every 2 young office workers in Hanoi, Dong Da, Cầu Giấy, or Hoàn Kiếm district. So they are prefer order deliver lunch more than once per week, and 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 30 prefer to order deliver dinner to provide the food quality incompatible to home cooked. So I think it's up to number 5.
Yes, so we have conducted the environmental analysis on the online delivery F&B industry in Vietnam. And we come through, we use the Porter 5 force to analyze it. So in overall, the market were characterized with the low customer loyalty, a large number of competitors, and the market shares is equally divided among them. And there also the opportunity for us when the market require low fixed cost, and they have very high potential to grow in the futures with low exit barriers and highly differentiated product with the offer by the KPGM in 2021. So for the SWOT of our company, our strength is the straightforward and smart objectives. We also employ the efficient POS system in F&B industry. We have a strong connection with supplier and distributor and high product quality. Our weakness is the limited product range, since there will be only five dishes to be provided at the beginning, and limited physical evidence, since we are the only business, the online business. And with financial resource, of course, we don't have lots of money to invest on a big thing, and we can reach a limited number of customers owing to the limited financial resource. The opportunity for us is there's a rising demand for online delivery and healthy meals among Vietnamese people. And as can be seen from the comparative analysis, there is a medium market competition. And consumers also, they are looking for higher quality meals, and food supplier cannot raise the price, and we can sign the long-term contract with them. For the threat, there will be more and more brands from both international and local level to compete in the market. And consumer, they can choose. They have a lot of options for their lunch. And the consumer in Vietnam, they are very price sensitive, and they are not always loyal to any brand of the F&B industry. So for the key stakeholders who have very high interest in this project is the founders who love to see business performance, profitability, and growth of the business, and they want to assess the risk. The consumer also, especially young office workers who are looking for medium quality, convenience, and meal selling price. And also our supplier and partner who are looking for the financial benefits and a good business relationship with our company. And last but not least, the surrounding community who want to see how Easy Meal can contribute to the well-being of their own, and how our operation and business can affect the community. So based on those information, we carry out the feasibility analysis to see as if Easy Meals is highly suitable, feasible, and acceptable. And on it, you can see from the chart, the project can capitalize a few strengths and can help us to take advantages of the opportunities. And by concentrating on the smaller segment, we don't have to invest too much on the company. And that could be a safe move also, and to overcome the weakness of weak financial power. So it would be very suitable. And for the feasibility, since we invest quite a small firm at the beginning, then it's the low investment risk. And on technical and labor needs can be easily met by our founders. We have experience in running this business before. And the target segment of young office worker have a very high growth potential. And for the acceptability, can meet on interest of the key holders mentioned above. So it's a good project to follow. Okay, so Mr. Vượng, he will carry on with the strategy in presentation summary, especially the marketing strategy.
Thank you, Long, for your introduction. So we are going back to me. So we are talking about the strategy pyramid. So the Easy Meal will target on young office employee by introducing the mobile app and the website that will be widely pushed digitally. So the mobile application will be developed to manage the huge order by providing accurate nutrition information during delivery time. we also combine with a third-party distribution channel like Grab or Shopee Food to boost the customer reach operation efficiency. So the target market is the young office employee and age from 24 to 40 who want a nutrition, the flavor, and the high quality and convenient meal delivered to the office quickly. So the average dinner would cost about 70,000 dong. So Easy Meal will also work with local NGOs to solve the problem like the food waste by employing many local as possible. So using the biodegradables of food packaging for the culturally, using the biology food, the biohackings and country. In doing so, Easy Meal has served the customer in high quality meals at affordable price. Secondly, we offer the target customer with fast and convenient way to get a meal. And thirdly, we demonstrate eat responsibility for the well-being for surrounding the community. So in terms of value proposition, the Easy Meal provide a target consumer value proposition through the following feature. So its business model of online that will allow the customer to avoid the crowd and the unhygienic eating place, and also help the people avoid waiting in line. We can save their precious time and other resting activities such as short nap. So the carefully designed for the cook meal offer consumer the necessary energy and the absent duties while keeping their nutrition balance. And the office worker will not have to worry about cooking the nutritious meal for the office lunch. So when it comes to the marketing strategies, so we have the objective that it's to strengthen our brand awareness up to 300% increase in organic Google search for Easy Meal during the 2022 and 2024 period. Then also we want to active about 50 billion Vietnam dong Easy Meal and revenue in the 2022 and 2024 period too. Of course, we want to gain a 5% in market share among young office workers as a section by the 2024. So moving on to the product. So for the first 6 months, Easy Meal will provide the 5 different meal options carefully chosen from the previous part of the product. Apart from purchasing individual product, the consumer can purchase weekly package from the 5 meal. So every 6 months, we also add another 5 options with revising the current menu based on the consumer preference and availability of the ingredients. And the special meal option will be designed for popular Vietnamese holidays such as the Lunar New Year's, or we call it, and the Mid-Autumn Festival. So regarding the price, we have a 10% discount when be offered of on transaction for 6 months of operation, and 10% with discount we offer to purchase of the weekly meal package, and the target customer will ready to pay about 76,000 of the high quality lunch, and the cost to make a meal at follow on average of 6,000 meal as so per month. Okay, Đức, Long, can you move to the all right. So when we talking about the promotion is an important thing. When for online promotion will the main approach for the email and promotion strategy, and the company will employ the social media campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google advertising with the keyword Easy Meal or offer lunch with the budget of 10 million per month, and the public relation through the online newspaper or magazines with a budget around 10 million per month too. So in addition, the online promotion including voucher distribution of the food tasting at shopping center will be carried out on the first 3 months budget of 3 million per month too. So when we're talking about place, email products will distribute mainly through the online channels and phone booking, and the main distribution channel are the Easy Meal mobile application. Of course, the mobile application will be designed for simplify the manner with all the 3 ordering steps, choosing the delivery address, choose the meal, and the payment too. and our website with the ordering engines and the third-party application, including GrabFood or Payment, or Shopee Food, and email hotline too. Important things. So when we're talking about the marketing program, of course, we mentioned about distinctive logo. Our logo, as you can see, so we are using orange-red color text to create stimulate the feeling of the hunger among the target audience. The easygoing front facilitates the sense of confidence and ease, signifying our meal easy to get, convenient to eat. Importantly, more importantly, the ear-shaped covering of the knife and the fork indicate that the brand provides food that is nutritious and good for our health too. And we're talking about restaurant for packaging. So Easy Meal product will offer a suitcase packaging process with a bamboo cutlery imprint in a firm logo. Accordingly, we can establish an environmental friendly brand image. Lastly, I want to talk about the advertising and promotion in the first years. So we plan to spend moderately in advertising and promotion for the first year, starting in June before the first drive-through open. So we feel that the
okay, I think Mr. Vượng, your part is I think finished already. So let's come to the financial part.
Yeah, okay.
We have here is the sales forecast, and the potential. It will be vary based on the number of kitchen, because for one kitchen we have this, but then we open another kitchen. The number of potential reach and the number of customer will be much higher than the previous one. And as you can see from the chart, based on our assumption and calculation, we project to have like to sell 44,000 meal for the first year, 176,000 for the second, and the last one we are more than 330,000 meals. So let's move on to management summary, which is Ms. Gum.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Easy Meal Trust. We will divide into the 3 departments. The first is operation. Manage the kitchen and deliveries. Has a this department in Mr. Long has been working in the F&B industries for 10 years in various positions, including front of the house managers, kitchen manager, and restaurant directors. This department will consist of the kitchen and delivery teams. The kitchen team includes executive chefs, kitchen chefs, and kitchen staffs who are all the contracted employees and responsible for the kitchen's operation and cost controls and product qualities. The delivery service will be outsourced to another firms, include the Shopee, Grab, and China Post, and the sales and marketing department managed all the sales and marketing activities. Has this department, Mr. Vượng, has been working as a marketing agency for various famous brands in Vietnam for the last 8 years. The sales and marketing team includes 2 customer service staffs, contracted and online marketing staffs we outsource. And about the administrations, department manages on the accountings and activities. Has a this department is Ms. Gum is purpose for this position since she has been working in the similar position as the many in international firm in Ho Chi Minh City. This accounting team which consists of the 2 full-time accountants and outsourcing task accounting service. the SR team will have one SR manager and two SR staffs. And this is the table with we forecast for the series or the payouts for this for SR for 2 years for 3 years. You can see clearly.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so let's move on to the financial plan. It's also a part of the learning outcome 2.2, 2.3, and 2.4 when we try to assign the resource and cost them to our project in general. That's working. Okay, so for the funding, we will this is I'm saying put wrong number here, but we will fund like the three founder will get 2 billion Vietnam dong from themselves and from their family and relatives, and 3 billion will be borrowed from the banks in the 3-year terms with the interest rate of 8% per year, and we have to pay 1 billion by the end of each year. So we expect to have the annual growth rate of revenue in 95%, and the net profit margin is expected to reach 17% by 20 and 24, which is higher than the 15% we put in the objectives, because we want to aim lower for safety. As you can see from the chart, our revenues grow steadily, and for the profit and loss margin, we will have very high loss in the first year operation, since we have to spend a lot on capital investment and marketing, but not yet have enough revenue to cover them. But when going on to second and third year, we make the money, and the total expense will be gradually reduced also, based on the concept of the economy of scale. The more food, the more dishes, the more consumer will have, the less expense machine will be. And for the break-even analysis, for the first year, owing to the very high cost, we expect the break-even point will be like 341 meals per day, which is quite achievable. For the second year, the break-even point will be lower, like 273. And for the last year, the break-even will be 330 meals per day when we open another kitchen. So it's our budget, sales budget. As you can see, for the first 4 months, it's mainly about we're going to always we have to set up the kitchen and do on the stuff for setting, staffing, training. So we're not yet generate any revenue. The revenue will come slowly from May until December. And from December to January, we expect a slight drop out into the Chinese New Year, when the office workers, they stay at home. So you're not going to order a lot of takeaway, and it will grow steadily. Also, as you can see from the summer, the demand will be lower, since people, they prefer to get out to eat, to enjoy the fresh air and then the demand will rise steadily after that. During the winter time, when it's very cold and rainy, people will be lazy and they order more food at the office. So the total revenue for the first year is not promising, but only 2.7 billion, and this will result a loss. Business expect to be better later on, with 12 billion for the second year and 23 billion for the third year, when we open more kitchen and we have more, our brand is become well known among the target customer. Currently, we have our income statement also. For the first year, it's always a loss, And for the second year, we start to make profit in March. And for the third year, we have very nice financial performance. And as you can see from here, for the first year, we will spend like 150 million on average per month for the sales and marketing. This will be very important. From the second year, that amount will reduce to 100 million per month. So accordingly, for the cash flow, we have to invest 2 billion and borrow 3 billion to keep the minimum cash balance. Minimum cash balance is higher than the 300 million per month. In case of emergency, you have to pay something or to fix something, you have still have money in our account. And we expect to pay on the debt by the end of December 2024. And we have a very quite positive cash flow throughout the 3 years of operation. So for the implementation plan, we have come up with the general procedure for our project, which consists of 7 different sub-projects, including the product development, the mobile app website development, the kitchen building, HR plan, marketing, supplier, and legislation. And as you can see from each sub-project, we also have a very small process over here. So let's say I would like to say that it would be a lot. So owing to the nature of our business is the online delivery food, we have selected the 2 most important procedures to follow, which is the product development and the online communication. And we will focus on that 2 procedures in the next slide. Okay, so for the product development, our goals for that is to create a 5 dishes which is preferable by over 30% of target market. And we have the dish with 20% or lower of food cost, and the preparation time for each dish is less than 12 minutes. So the folder, the consumer, the suppliers, and the kitchen team will be the key stakeholder of this project. In order to carry out this project, we have to prepare the time resource, the human and the financial resource. This project will cost 3 weeks. And for the human resource, it needs the participation of our operation and the marketing department. For the knowledge resource, it requires the menu planning and also the market survey knowledge. For the financial resource, apart from the payroll, we had to prepare the money to meet for the meeting with supplier and competitors. And for the milestones, the first one, we have to come up with the list of 5 most important criteria to choose the dish from. And secondly, the marketing team to come up with a list of 20 potential dishes. And lastly, the marketing team had to survey 5,000 potential customers to find out which is the 5 most preferable dish among them. So to implement this strategy or process, we have to prepare the infrastructure for the project, which is the kitchen, the online survey, and we have to agree with a communication channel between different departments and with the supplier. And all personnel involved in the project have to be trained and briefed about the detail, what has to do and what is the deadline and how to coordinate with each other. Okay, so we come up with the project over here. The mid to long will be the coordinator of projects, more or less like the project manager. And as you can see, we divide the project into two parts. Part A, to develop the set of requirements with each detail and to choose the most suitable dishes. In each step, we have the time required, the HR resource required. Like for the first one, we have the operation manager, is me, and the financial resource next year is the money need to host a meeting with the suppliers, and it will cost around 1 week. And we have the 3 different milestones over here: phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. In order to monitor the project implementation, we have to develop the KPIs for the project. Important one is the project budget. We have to see if the costs properly managed the project schedule. We need to see if the project go on time and the quality will come from the objectives of the project. As you can see from here, we have the monitoring process also to monitor the project. And for the last one, we have to evaluate the project outcome. So the following outcome can be analyzed when we assess the efficiency of project: is the meal quality, the cooking time, and the food cost. Here we have to evaluate the customer review to see the to see if they like the product or not. So at least that.
Long,
Yes.
I think that you've gone a little bit past your time limit. Can you try to wrap it up and show the most important things?
Okay, so this is how to evaluate the project. And to improve the project, before we see that we have to target many customers, but the program implementment will be very complicated. So that's why we reduce and we target only worker. So it's simplified. And also for the evaluation, we add 3 more steps into the original idea to evaluate the outcome of the market survey. Okay, Mr. Vương.
So, right, basically, I will take a brief and
do it fast, yeah, for the
take it fast. So, there are 3 main goals for product development projects are flowing. So, firstly, is to strengthen our online brand awareness with a 200% increase in organic Google search easy meal during the 2022 and 2024 period, and to gain 10,000 new installation of easy meal mobile application each month by the end of 2024. So as you can see, the stakeholder at the founder is Gum Phương Long. So our key interest is over cost, potential effects of communication activity, and target market reaction toward the communication activity. Moving to the consumer is a young office worker. The key interest is marketing ethics and communicates messages. And last marketing team, and how they contribute to overall brand growth and how the market will react to the work. Okay, so moving to the result needed. In order to carry this project, the result needed as the time resource. This project will take place for a month throughout the years, and the amount time will be employed to calculate the human resource cost of the project. And a human resource. This project requires a participation of marketing department only, including marketing manager, outsourcing marketing team, and high online influencer or photographer. Seeing middle, I asked also Adam marketing managers, and my payroll project will be none. No, I'll take no. So the cost of outsourcing a marketing team is about 40 million per month, and the payroll is about 120 million million per quarter, and the payroll for the quarter for the photographer is about 30 million per quarter. And cost you or like the influencer image, the copyright per post, is about 100 million per quarter. It's one post per week. So when talking about the knowledge and resource, the project require online marketing and know how which it owned by our marketing manager, and the financial resource money is need to boost the installation of the easy mobile application to Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok advertisement. Cost of installation is expected about 5,000, and it costs about 150 million per quarter, and active overall installation is about 30,000. So when we talk about the milestone and implementation strategy, so as you can see from the figure, so the project does not have 3 milestones. There are when the marketing team has agreed on the marketing channels and the content strategy of a target market, and when the marketing team has come to produce the content enough, about 168 daily posts and 20 main posts, and the marketing team has successfully generated 10,000 new installation of the EasyMill mobile app per month. So also the following strategies are required to implement the project. So we have to prepare the input data for the projects and prepare the social media infrastructure for marketing. We also had to agree to a communication channel between the within marketing department and all the personnel involving into the project must be trained and briefed.
I see that you have a lot of information.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many slides we've gone through, but we've definitely gone through quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yes, we finished already.
Okay.
This is our final plan for the online communication process.
Okay,
This
we can
is
give
our
you
reference. Yes.
And a reference.
Thank you.
So that's all. Thank you for all your listening today. You have a session.
Thank you. Finally, it was a successful first presentation. Nobody died. Nobody got food poisoning. Good.
Sorry, we tried to put so many things, but we don't know what to put and what to.
I think it was a great first presentation for the group. We talked a lot. I would like to go around the class and get a couple of comments. So as we go around, is there anybody from the audience that can start by giving a couple of comments about that project so far? How about
yeah,
Juan?
maybe
Go ahead.
maybe me first. Yeah,
Sure.
please. Yeah, I think I have some comment for presentation. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a good preparation, and also it's quite long and quite enough. And yeah, I think it's you have a many slides, and yeah, maybe you can reduce slides better, and also what is if you can make learning outcome in order, it's easier to for us to follow. And yeah, also I have some comment like for the it's a for the financial plan. Yeah, when I see your financial plan, I see you can borrow 3 billion Vietnam dong in the bank, right? But
Yes.
when you try, you borrow that's a 3 million.
3 billion. Yes, billion.
Yeah,
That's our mistake.
Yeah, and 2 million, and so maybe you can modify it. And
Yes.
next, okay, maybe with learning outcome 2.5. Yeah, I think you have Gantt chart, but yeah, you do not put it in the learning outcome 2.5, and maybe you should put the put the Gantt chart in the learning outcome 5 is better.
Yes.
2.5. Yeah, is my comment. And also I comment to learning outcome 3.2. I think it's good because we know that the KPI is very important for every company, and but yeah, you show us that you prepare the KPI, and I think we can add the KPI in our project, and I think it's a very good idea. And it's my comment for presentation. And so thank you for sharing information.
Thank
And
you
I
very
think,
much
yeah,
for the first presentation and the first evaluation. Great. Can we get another judge or investor's comments before I make a couple of comments?
How about the members in group 5 and group 6? Group 5, Thanh Ha.
We hope to receive the comment and feedback to make our group to be better.
Phạm Quân group 6.
So group 5 is not ready to comment. That's too bad. We'll go to group 6. In group 6, we're looking at Quan Pham Hong or An Win Hu Lin. Please share a couple of comments.
So group 4, when will, yes.
No, I can't really hear. I hear somebody mumbling in the background. Is that Lin trying to comment?
Is that from Quân? Quân, can you speak louder, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, it sounds like you're yelling, but a kilometer away. Go ahead, keep yelling.
I have a problem with my microphone. So I have a comment about how to tracking the KPI and how to monitor it. I think the solution is
Can you turn your volume up? You sound like you're a kilometer away.
Okay, wait me a minute. I will change my microphone.
Anybody else have a louder microphone ready? Lin, with you? Or
Hello.
Okay, now I can hear you. Good, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I am Quân.
Great, I'm waiting for.
I have a comment about the how to tracking the KPI performance. I think periodically, monthly or quarterly.
Great. What is your question related to? You're saying that you are asking a question about KPI. Great, but yeah, what aspect of the assessment are you focused on? Are you focused on any special learning objective 1.1, 5.2? Which learning objective are you focused on?
The learning outcome 3.2 and 3.3.
Which says develop an appropriate measure to monitor and evaluate the progress and outcomes. Okay, yes. So your question is about
the how to
monitor and evaluate.
Yes, how to checking the outcome KPIs process. I have recommendations about how to tracking the KPI. You should use the scorecard or scorecard monthly or quarterly to checking your staff performance and your dimensions, such as the growth, the internal control, the corporate governance. I think you like about the corporate governance and tracking the capital budgeting, the capital expenditure. So that is my idea, my comment.
Okay, so possibly on this screen that you're showing right here, you could write right next to where it says KPIs, you could just add that into a sentence saying KPIs managed by balanced scorecard methods. Something like that. Is that what you're referring to? The management, the corporate governance of the KPIs?
Yes.
Okay. There's various methods to analyze KPIs. The balanced scorecard is one popular way. So yes, by using that word, that would be clearly related to appropriate measures to monitor and evaluate your KPIs, which is your progress and outcomes. That's definitely related to 3.2. Good. And the same thing, monitoring the implementation. You could have the KPIs related to that, everybody in our class, and you could also have the Gantt charts, right, showing some of those details. Maybe would it help if you have a small note, a small sign, or a star at the bottom of each slide, which shows where is extra support for answering 3.2 or 3.3, something like that might help. Good. Thank you. The more comments we have for everybody in the class to learn and develop, the better. Anybody else have some suggestions to help manage and answer the learning objective focuses? Going once, going twice. So we have just heard from group 4. Since we have taken quite a lot of time, we need to post our evaluations or start sharing some of those. Let's try to share some of those or a link to those files in the chat so we can see some of those, and have group 2. It's now time for group 2 to go ahead and present. So group 2 is Min, Lin, and Hugh. Are you guys ready to present?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Are you guys aware? Have you done a practice run? Are you aware of how much time the last group took and how much time you were planning to take?
I think we can present in 30 minutes. I think because we just have 20 slides.
You have 20 slides?
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
We are going to go through all the information very quickly. Just get to the main point. And any question and any very clarification information, we will inform later. Question, yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about that, right? Because the last group, it was very good, your information, but you may be disqualified by Sunderland because you have more than 20 slides. That alone may disqualify you. I'm not sure how strict Sunderland judges are, but I believe they were fairly clear where they said at the beginning that it was, did you guys see any other place that allows more than 20 slides? Because I think at the very first, the second page, it says no more than 20 slides. The time is flexible, but we have to have information within 20 slides, same thing within 3,000 words. You could argue your references are extra, but some people may argue. And you could argue an appendix is extra. But again, the submitted material should be within the 20 slides. So go ahead, Mr. Hugh.
Yeah, we can Ms. Minh can introduction, and I will follow with the next slide. And I think we prepare every content, follow with the learning outcome, every learning outcome, and 20 slides we just highlight some main point of yeah, of every learning outcome. And so, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Minh. We can begin now, right, Professor?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will begin with the first one about the Himili, about the e-commerce fashion. As you know, there's nowadays there's a lot of e-commerce platform in the website like Lazada, Tiki. There's a very big e-commerce nowadays, and they have various of the products from the household, fashion, and a lot of things. But then they are not very focused on only the one things. To understand that we are creating the Himili, just focusing only on the fashions only. Our vision mission of the Himili is offer the unique fashion experience for the customer and the platform to providing the best quality and the service. Not only about the quality of the product of our Himili, we are also providing the unique service for the customer. Like we have the full refunds, and we have a lot of things like shipping in only 24 hours in Ho Chi Minh City and in 50 kilometers in the radius around Ho Chi Minh City. And the payment process is very easy. So that is an overview of the Himili.com that we have had the idea to create that. This is our team, and we going through the learning outcome 1, 2, 5. And the first one is our Himili is going through has two main big projects to focus on. The first one is going to building the website in the e-commerce. Is the first thing very important, and the next one is marketing online and offline strategy. In these two projects, in the first in the building website, we are dividing into two phases. The first one is demo phase. It means that we are get more than experience, and we are building and get experiences from the demonstration process. The next one, if we are after that, we are going to execute phase. If all the demonstration is good, being well, and give good feedback. And the next big project, we are focusing on the marketing. The marketing we are divided into two marketing. That's the marketing online and the marketing offline. In the marketing online, we are building in the two phases. First one is building the overall or the social network platform. The second is the working with the KOL for the building up the marketing strategy. And the second one is marketing offline. Marketing offline, we also divided into two phases. The first one is collaboration for introduce our company. And this one is the flea market and the collaboration. The flea market is also operated in the weekend. And that is the two main big project. So how about us, about Himili? What's it make a difference? Our product difference is if you are going to now today, you are going to the Uniqlo, Zara, and H&M. That is for the fast fashion, but there's a lot of the price is quite high. The customer service is not clearly the makeup people in Vietnamese satisfaction. So, and also that's very expensive in the product. To understand that, also we are creating that almost seeing a very superior product. We are clothing with a very competitive price, and the product quality is much more durable, more than their product. If you can see, that's all the tag on the Zara and H&M, and it's more what made in China. So our Himili.com is everything made in Vietnam, and our supplier is around Ho Chi Minh City and Dong Nai, Long An province around in Vietnam. And and if you are going to Uniqlo, you can see that there is some function of the product that is very interesting. That's the UV resistant, attractive color, and the lightweight. And we also can do about that with a very competitive with a very competitive price and the quality. That's our product, and we are much focusing on the service. Our service on the e-commerce Himili.com is very, the first one you can see that very competitive price. If you go into every e-commerce in the another fast fashion, you can see that the price is very fixed already. But we also have to get the promotion and offer right away for the customer right to join in. And we also have the better shipping policy. We have free shipping for the customer since around between 24 hours in one day when the day customer made the payment. we connecting to with another shipping service like giao hàng tiết kiệm, maybe Telpost also. And we also have the returning policies. You know that when we are going to buy online in the in the e-commerce platform, you cannot try it. That's why a customer is very considering before they are purchasing product. So we have the policy that returning policy that if customer buy it, but they are not really like it or not fixed with their body, they can back it to Hebe.com and we get the full refund for customer. We are full refund customer with no additional condition. And this one is about a customer loyalty reward. If customer are buying a lot of products on our company, we also have the loyalty reward to bring the customer that are connecting with us to bring more loyalty for the customer back from that day to the future. And the last one, it is very interesting, is about the processing of the purchasing. If you go to another, if you used to purchasing product online, you can see that the purchasing product is very quite complicated, and it's really make customer really try to abandon to buy the product because that's process. But in Himili.com, we are making the process. It's very easy. As you can see, as below that, we make in the easy checkout in Himili. You can see that you can add the information right here, and you can make the shipping method and make the payment method already. And you can make it by another payment like the Momo and retail pay and also. And after that, you can see that all the product you have put it in the cart already over here, and you make the assumption over here very detailed. And when everything done, you can place an order. And this make the customer, you can see overview about the processing, about purchasing. Besides that, our company, our Himili, that also help us another competitive advance to another competitor. Like while quality is very high, to prove that we have the many certification to get the approval for certificate like ISO 9001 and the ISO 40001 and 01 also, and also get some certification to prove that the quality of the product. So when the day that building the Himili, that we also get some effects from environment factor, like you can see that the remote about existing customer, like when you can see that nowadays a lot of competitor in the e-commerce like Tiki and Lazada, also they are very big in the e-commerce. And in the fashion, we also have the very long life before, like the Califair and Calify user repeated for a long time in the e-commerce. Now at Himili, we are just focusing on the fast fashion, and we are joining later. And we understand that again, the competitor advantage to develop to continue the launch suitable campaigns to competitive with another e-commerce like free ship, full refund, and clothing, and integrating many technology to the product, to the special feature. That's no one can do that. No one can imitate that from us. And you can see that we have a new entrance. We are new entrance, so we are just going to after the e-commerce before, but we also have the many competitor advance, and we also have the many supplier surrounding Đồng Nai and Vĩnh Long, and surrounding 50 kilometers in surround Ho Chi Minh City. We also have the small storage about that. We have the small, very small storage about that. So in case that a customer would like to shipping around near that location, we can shipping right from to the factory to right to customer for saving time also. Please take one from the 1.3, please.
Yeah, we have the 7 main project, and for now we just focus on 2 main projects, like website and also marketing. And for first, I will present the website specification. Like here, you can see the project team and the goal. The goal is we want to increase the newsletter like a subscriber like from by 1,000 and have 30 visits per day by December next year. And also for second year, we want to have 50 visits per day, and also 30% of them will return to website. And last third year, we want to have 70 visits per day, and also we want to have also 40% of visitors will return to website by the third years. And next we can see the content structure will show the main button and also the sub button. It shows the fashion line you can choose, and we that's so it's with the two main fashion line with the woman and man. And last thing, at the end of the website, you can see it's the introduction, the primary, and also the question and the answer, main answer. And also you can connect with us by Facebook, Telegram, and you can see also video on YouTube. Next, please. And with the content type data, you can see here, like when you choose a woman and t-shirt, they we can show you the main t-shirt and also price and the color, and also if they have a promotion, if we have a promotion, we can show to customers the promotion also, and also the review of the customer. And with the website, we can launch on the Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and etc. With the milestone, you can see here we have some milestone of every step, like when we finish the initial design, when we finish the coding and demo, or experience for customer, and when we finish the mobile website with the final version. It's the end of February next year. And with the budget, we use our employee to build the website, and also we pay with around 3,000 to pay for the service package from partner, and they can help us to optimize the website, and also how we can build attractive website style. Next, please. With the marketing specification, you can see here, like building website, we show you project team and also the goal. The goal for the marketing specification is we want to have 50 new followers by January next year, and finish the end of next year. We want to have 2,000 new followers, 6,000 followers in second year, and 10,000 followers in third year, the end of third year. And with the marketing content, we focus in online, offline, like Mr. Ming mentioned. With the online, we focus on Facebook, and we try to post 4 content in Facebook per week. And also we we focus on word trend, influencer, activity of influencer, and connect with activity of influencer with our fashion. And also we will show the fashion style to update with the needs and want of customer. And secondly, we participate to event of the company or university to get more potential customer with low cost, because when we participate in the event of company, it's quite free, and so we can reduce a lot of costs. With the targeting customer, we focus on the young generation from the age of 20 to 40, like a student or the young officer, young employee in the company. With the milestone, we want to reach the follower. We want to reach 2,500 the customer by the end of next year, and more 4,000 customer for second year, and more 7,000 customers to the end of third year. And it's also the deadline, like with the social media, like I show you, we will have 4 posts in Facebook per week. With the participant event, we focus on some moment like December for updates to update the seasonal style for Tet, and March, July, October every year. Next, please. For the budget, you can see here we use our employee, and also I showed you the salary of employee in 3 years, and the goal. And finally, I will shortly present the goal of the whole project. And with the main goal is we want to increase the subscriber by 1,000. 1,000 in the end of this year, and also we want to have 30 visits per day, and like also we for the second year we want to have 50 visits per day, and also 20% returning, like I showed you, and 70 for the third year, like I showed you in before. Next. And this one, when we organize the manager meeting, we will choose the time duration for every project, like product development and website, and the task in detail also. Next, please. And also when we finish to rent the office, and when we finish also preparation of office, and how long we can recruit the staff, and the marketing also we show how we can organize on which task in detail for supplier also. For first step we choose 10 supplier, and after that we discuss to choose the 5 best supplier. And for legislation, Ms. Ling will take care about this for 2 months. Next, please.
So next we have the resources to run our project. Financial resources are one of the most decisive issues for Himili.com. We have to balance and use resources in the most optimal way, as the e-commerce field is becoming more competitive and costly. Our financial source is used to invest in a website development, business registration documents, resources for for the equipment and office, and to operate and to cover unexpected fees of the company. Also, the the human resource required for implementing our project is shown in the table below. So in the left-hand side, we have the staff expenses. So these are the staff expense requirement. We have the website, the data domain, company establishment fee, digital signature, intellectual property registration fee, office expenses, office desktop computers, computers for IT and designers, stationeries. So the total staff expense will be $70,455. In the right hand, we have the operating expenses, which include payroll and employee insurance, sales and marketing and other expenses, office rental, utilities, and the total operating expenses for 3 years are shown in this slide.
Yeah, for 2.5, when you see we organize a meeting, manager meeting, and also we discuss about how many projects we choose, and also how we can pay with the own resources, like Mr. Minh mentioned. Yeah, for 2.5 we provide the Gantt chart to show every project here, and also the time scale, and also who will be responsible for the every project and every staff, every steps, and like you can see here. Next, please.
So that's what we are going to be implementation the project according to created certification. So as I informed you before that we are dividing in two main big projects. The first one is the building the website project. The second is the marketing project. As you can see that in the marketing, in the building website project, we are going to divide into two phases. Like I mentioned before, the first phase is about demonstration phase. The second one is execution phase. For this phase, we are according to the Gantt chart, you can see that the Himili is currently trying to focus on the two biggest of the business, which are the biggest website and promoting marketing strategy. And for marketing and for website building strategy, we have the resource that the one project leader, one visual designer, website administration, and marketing executive to building the website project. Is make very easy to see and easy and make the experiencing to customer easily to access to purchasing the product, get very better experience in Himili.com. That out of 3 years and out of our employees have the more than 3 years in the field in the building website, and so to creation the foundation of the Himili.com, so that the initial design and the website coding only take about 1 month to 1 month in the December. You can see that to take it and to complete including the building the product and category and the link to the platform and payment method and the delivery we are going to also complete in the 1 month also. Besides that, Himili.com is also get the more customization or the delivery and payment method. Like I said before, we are connecting to Giao hàng tiết kiệm, to Tel Post, to saving cost. And you can see that in January, we are going to finishing in the demonstration website to bring the first experience to customer. First of all, whether we will get the trial for the internal company, for internal employee like Hugh, Lin, and another employee to get first experience from the Himili first. And the second that and in January that in our Himili, we also released the experience version to the partner and the few customer who really excited about that to receive the most objective feedback from our website function and online shopping to get more experience, to get the experience before we are going to release the execute version. And in the Gantt chart, you can see that in February, after processing the collecting all the data, the feedback to get the final editing, and the Himili will release in the final version to the official, put it in the operation into March. That's it. Closes. That's the end of the phase 1. The phase 2 of the building website project. That is since March. You can see that since March of the 20 and 22. Himili, our company, has been officially put into the operation, and if we also the monitoring the traffic, the visitor, and the ability to close an order in the Himili.com. Besides that, our company also get to receive the feedback from customer and release the update from the improvement for the each season. For example, every January in the Tet holiday, right? And every single day the Tet holiday. And in April and May, get a summer operation and get a summer preparation. Besides that, we are updating the new product and category, and also we are checking all the feedback of customer and fix that for the next season for the get a new experience for customer. In addition that we also to minimize risk of the cost, we are focusing to customer in the best way. We are also that inviting a third party to take a cost that take cost that $3,000 for 1 month for the by the website from the e-commerce segment, and to bring best experience to customer, such that when we building the website, we are going to lacking up a lot of information. We are not get much experience to building the website about that. So we are need the consultant from the third party for the make it easier. So that, and also we minimize to reducing risk in the future. Like we are putting some information like easily to select products, list in category, contacting information like the hotline. When you joining in the website, you can see that the phone icon in the right on the left right, Himly.com also added in the website, and when you click that, we can call directly to the Himly.com. And we also much for information like discount, feedback, customer preferences, and a lot of tracking. And most important thing is the tracking delivery process by coding for customer. Like when the customer closing an order, they will send the customer the code, and the customer input that code into the tracking delivery process on our Himly.com website. The customer can see that when and where the delivery man delivery that product to the customer. So that's the building website project. How about the marketing project? We also divide into two phases, into project in the marketing project. The first one we divide into the marketing online and the marketing offline. So let's focus on the marketing online first. So in this phase one, you can see that it's starting from December. In the graph chart, you can see that we're spending for a month. We are going to do it for a month, for a year, for the next 3 years. Well, we are make the very decision. We are make the critical decision to grow social media channels such as Facebook, Instagram, and SEO for the Google analysis. From the beginning, for the Facebook, we are get we chose from, we are making from the set up the budget, stable budget for running advertisement on Facebook, and setup is like geographical location, hashtag, and in average income to attract the potential customer in our segment, and our customer to make the promotion in the right way. And in the and also we do it the same with the Instagram and SEO. We also asking the advice from the third party for executing it in the best way. And that is about building the platform for the social media. So during the phase two, we are going to connecting with the KOL and the influencer by sending the product or advertisement for our company. For example, we are going to negotiate and invite a famous KOL nowadays in the famous in the fashion industry to work it to promote our product, like a story, a post, a live stream, sharing about the product company on every weekend and every weekend in the night, in the weekend. That's pure time. That's a lot of customer. That's a lot of people, young person focusing on their online, and that's time we attracted a lot of customer by that time. And we are going to do the things that no one did it before. That's it. We are going to connecting with the Spotify. You know that the Spotify is platform that you can listen to music. If you are not going to make a payment, you can hear the advertisement. And we are going to put the advertisement on the Spotify. Like every single the customer, when they hear the song, that they skip the song, that they can hear our advertisement. If before that they are approaching the customer by visual, by customer to see that. Now customer can hear the advertisement. We can attack in the customer marketing by so many ways. That's it about the online. marketing, the offline marketing. The first thing that we are going to approach the offline campaigns by linking it with the university, college, and the high school in a more detail. That we are going to focus on the university with the average income, and like the French University, Lotus, Hồng Bàng Economic, or MIT, and a lot of college and high school like Việt Úc, Hồng Phong, or the Phổ Thông Năng Khiếu. A lot of the high school with the average to the high income. And in every weekend, we also try to make the connecting with the flea market for the young people in the every weekend. That we are going to promote the fashion according to the each season, like March and July and October, in every market in the weekend for young people can join it and see that. That's about offline marketing project. The next one is
Yes, so for monitor and evaluate the progress and outcome, we use the we use meeting reports, feedback from customer, KPIs, and of course the Gantt chart and milestone. So in this slide, we'll focus mainly on the milestone and the Gantt chart even in this. So by using this chart, we can receive the clarity about the project status, keep our project on track, track and manage the dependencies, review estimates and actuals, as well take appropriate action if things do not go accordingly to our plan. The first one is the website development project. So here we set the milestone to monitor our project and as well as to evaluate at the end of January 2022. We will launch our website and plan to have 25 fashion lines by the end of May 2022. By the end of 2022, we expect to increase newsletter sites up by 1,000 and have 30 visits per day, as well increase our fashion lines up to 40. Himili is also planning to have 55 fashion lines by the end of May 2023. By the end of 2023, we expect to have 50 visits per day and 30% of visitors returning to our website, as well as to increase our fashion lines up to 70. At the end of the following year, May, we are planning to have 85 fashion lines. By the end of this year also, we expect to have 70 visits per day and 40% of visitors returning to the website. For the marketing project, we set the milestone that at the end of the January next year, we have 50 new followers on social media. By the end of 2022, we expect to have 2,000 new followers on social media, as well as reach 2,500 customers. Himili is also planning to have 6,000 new followers on social media and reach more than 4,000 customers by the end of 2023. By the end of the third year of our project, 2024, we expect to have 10,000 new followers on social media, as well as we expecting to reach more than 7,000 customers. Next, so the overall project, this is the Gantt chart to monitor the implementation of the whole project. Next slide, please. So the 4.1, analyze the outcome of a project in terms of the original project specification. Here we have the table show that the original agreed project specification is provide a wide range of product and increase sales, increase customer, and decrease operating expenses in each year. The real outcomes here we have changed to focus on seasonal fashion and we have the exact number of sales growth and the customer we have. Also, we have conduct survey, and from all the metrics, we see that we have some loyal customer and high customer satisfaction. For the operating expense, there have been attempts to optimize cost. However, the marketing campaigns are expensive, and in the beginning period, we have some costs incurred to hire a website advisor, $3,000 per month, which Mr. Hill mentioned before. So the evaluation from here, we consider we reach our specification. However, the cost, we still need to cut some.
So to evaluate that the outcome of the project, that's you can see that to certify that we has been go through that a lot of process and making implementation the project, and we have some the outcome over here that you can see that to satisfy customer occasion, fulfill customer need and demand, competitive cost, increasing sale and customer unique product and service, the well balancing the operating cost. But we have been doing well in the first beginning, but in the future, when the traffic has increasing with the X season, we're facing a lot of problems like the bandwidth overload and the delivery times and the customer feedback and the payment process. And to prepare that for in the future, make it better, we are focusing on the balanced financial balances for portfolio of investment, such as marketing, bandwidth, improvement, connection in the particular payment for the customer. Like if before that we make the marketing payment a lot for the KOLs and Facebook. Now we are going to evaluate that we are going to invest to the KOL with in the average sector and with the low payment investment. And about our investment on the Facebook, we are going to change it into the TikTok in the next year, because that in the next year, TikTok is one of the famous social network is very successfully and again much and approach a lot of customer in the future. And in the first period, our company has heavily invested in the marketing, as you said before. So it's easily to creating rich in balancing costs for another segment. But the results that we achieved, that we have achieved is meet with our expected. So in the future, to reducing risk in the problem, that's important to balance costs, like I said before. And for the good, our company also that's for the good quality that we come so future compatible with the major brand for customer experience and satisfied with experience have been using our product. And maybe in the future that we're expanding our delivery process, like shipping to Da Nang, Hanoi, not around Ho Chi Minh City anymore, but we are going to expand all over Vietnam with the better shipment with the saving costs for our company.
Thank you so much. Could you summarize the presentation like into 2 minutes? We're gonna finish the group. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Like I said, like I just said that I have been go through the evaluate and make the satisfied recommendation, like the cost satisfied the customer and the payment also.
Yeah, for the final produce reports for own project procedures. Firstly, we organize an event, a manager event to identify team member, and we try to make it as early as possible. And second, we try to break down every step of the project, and also we predict to allocate the budget, task, and also scheduling. For the third, we based on the breakdown structure. The project manager will allocate the member with the appropriate team member capacity. For last thing, when every member and also top manager agree with the step and also task, we will follow the Gantt chart to implement the project, and also use the monitoring tool like I mentioned in the section 3.2 and 3.3. And also when we evaluate also the project, like in the section 4.2, and also if it have some problem, we have to make recommendation like section 4.3, and also we have 7 main project, and like we show you, we produce the main procedure, like for two main project is the building website and also marketing. Yeah. And yeah, like you see here, yeah, it's every step like a Gantt chart, and we follow it with the every section like mentioned, and we focus also with the 2 main project. It's the website and also the marketing. Yeah, and it's a reference of we use a reference to our presentation and our assignment. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It had a lot of details. I would like group 5 to start showing your details just to make sure that we don't run out of time today. And while group 5 is getting ready, I understand that is Dong and Lin and Ha, right? Are you guys ready to present? Any questions from your group? The mixed use office tower?
Yes,
Go ahead.
we're ready. Yeah.
You ready? Okay, go ahead, you can start. I will give some comments as you're getting ready to present. Please make sure we are all following the UK requirements. One of the requirements is the assessment requirement says that you have to take into consideration quality of research. And if you only show one file at the end with a bunch of research, that basically is stealing information indirectly. You should have research information, or at least a number to a research file on each slide. Every slide should have an in-text reference. Group 5, is there something you're waiting for? Is there something I can help with? I think
yes, because I have to wait for another group to stop sharing so I can share my slides.
Okay, group 2.
Sorry. I'll stop sharing it.
I can try to.
Also, you can share it.
Yes, actually, I set up the function so everyone can start sharing.
Oh, you can start sharing now.
You can start.
Should be able to share now.
Great. So
and also the last group, you didn't have your names on the files, the contacts. Try to make sure that you have your emails on the files so that people in the UK can contact you. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I will be the first one in our group to present about our final assignments regarding our subjects today. So our business plan would be about building an office tower for lease. And our company name is True Highly Professional Leasing, which is the abbreviation of the name of 3 members in our group. So I will start by giving a short introduction about what we will gonna present in our presentation today. So our presentation will be divided into 5 parts, which are also the learning outcomes as required by the university. And also we think that it is the best way for us to get a deeper understanding of how we should plan, how we should implement, and how we should evaluate when it comes to a product in reality. So let's begin with the executive summary of our presentation. So we will start by giving an assumption on the company structure of the company. So our project companies, which names Juhali Professional Leasing, is one affiliate belong to a holding company called Juhali Property Investment Limited Liability Company. Why we need to have our holding company? Because investing in real estate field is very capital intensive and requires a huge amount of reputation and huge amount of market information for a company to get its names on the market. So we need to and also that's why we need a holding company to help us with the funding, because like a newly owned, newly established company cannot guarantee for a bank loan. So we need to get the helps from the holding company. So in terms of our project company, it will be wholly owned by our holding company, and it will be fully in charge of the new project, which is to develop an office building for lease. In this table, we show about the mission, vision, objectives, and core values of our company. We think that by setting the mission, vision statements, and also the core values of one organization, it will lay the foundation for the existence and also the long-term survivability of any company. So I'd like to focus on our objectives. We place our clients' purposes as the first priority, and we want to obtain at least 90% of the customer satisfaction levels. To do this, we need to enhance the loyalty of clients. And next one, what set our product apart from other competitors, which is we will be the first building to get the green and the smart office building standards. And also we want to reach 100% of occupancy in year 2, so that we can guarantee our profits. And finally, minimizing costs is definitely one of the main strategies of any organization if they want to secure their profitability. And based on our core values, it will lay the foundation for the operation, for the conduction of all business activities, and also the work conduct of all of our staff. Yeah, so I'd like to talk about the process of develop project specifications. We think that it is better if we put into consideration about the factors that contribute to the process of project selections first. So the following steps will be illustrated in this table with regard and also the timeline for each task. Like we need to set the project selection criteria. We need to do the market research. We need to have several departments pitching about their business ideas, and then we'll need to get the internal voting and approval. Among these tasks, I will focus on the pitching of business ideas in the upcoming parts. we will take into account both internal and external factors when it comes to project selections. In terms of internal factors, we take into account the background and also the work experience of each of our group members, so that we think that to better comprehend the market and to be more competitive, we should do something that we have past experiences. So we choose real estate as the industry for us to do our business, because me and Ling, we work in several real estate companies, and also Ha, she works at the audit assurance department at EY, so she can handle the financial parts. We also conduct the pastel analysis to see what are the opportunities and threats when it comes to doing business in Vietnam. So, as you can see from our pastel analysis, we can see that there is a huge market demands for any businesses that want to invest in technology. And also there is a huge market for startups, because it is one of the culture emerging in Vietnam. And also our government is trying to commit to the sustainability development by enforcing companies to conduct their business in a more environmentally friendly way. So from the pastel analysis, we can see the market opportunities. So we can see the future, what kind of strategy that we should focus when it comes to develop a new products. We also conduct the industry analysis, which is about the real estate field, as I have previously mentioned. Regarding the real estate fields in Vietnam, so according to our research and also some of the market report from CBRE or Savills or JLL in 2021, resilient growth despite pandemic is one of the things that we can conclude it when it comes to the real estate field. And last year, real estate has contributed to 4.42% of GDP of Vietnam. And when it comes to investing in real estate field, there are various options that we can choose, right? So we have formulated a table in which we compare the feasibility, we evaluate the feasibility of each option. Like we can either build a residential building for sales, we can build rental building, we can purchase and then renovate an existing property for sales, or we can build an office building for sale, for lease. However, according to our analysis, the first two options, the supply is now exceeding the demand. So So if we try to do business in such a way, we will not make any profits. There will not be any market demand for us, so we cannot survive, of course. But when it comes to purchase and renovate an existing property for sales or for leasing, as suggested by Dr. Sean, we have done a few research, and I think that it's quite complicated to do things in that way, because from legal perspectives, we have to do a lot of paperwork, like we have to alter the land use purpose in the land use right certificates. And also from a business perspectives, most buildings that are currently for sales have less than 50 years tenure. So if we have to renovate it all over again, and we have to start everything all from all over again, so the remaining time for us to do the business will be shortened, and then we will not guarantee about our long-term profitability. And also it's very hard to guarantee the construction quality if we just purchase an old building and try to do things in our way. So I think that the most feasible things for us to do is build an office building for lease. Yeah. This slide show how we choose the location of our projects. we think that by basing our project in downtown Hanoi, we'll get 5 advantages, like the prime location, great view because it's surrounded by Hoàn Kiếm Lake, it's surrounded by the Hanoi Old Quarter, so which is a very great thing. The surrounding utilities are very great as well, like the number of restaurants, the number of coffee shops, the number of shopping malls, likewise. And also by basing in the downtown center of Hanoi, we can have the high rental rates. We have conduct an industry analysis on several competitors to find out about the average rental rates. And there is currently a scarcity in the rental supply in the central area, because you know, in the central area of Hanoi, why the demand is very huge, there is lack of high quality supply for the tenants, and we have conducted several surveys to find out about this, and this is the location of our projects, which is we will be at the Trần Hưng Đạo Street, Hoàn Kiếm District, adjacent to Ministry of Finance, which is a very prime location. It only takes about 30 minutes to go to Nội Bài International Airport, which is quite time saving. Next, about the project specifications, we think that there are a lot of things to take into considerations, like the product's life cycle, the project description. These things over there are just the outline for what we will have to fill in the later parts. We have to fill in about the key selling points, the project development, the initial investment and the cost control, pricings of the projects, and also the project management process. And among all these points, I think that the things that related to the initial investment will matter the most to us, because for a real estate project, which is very capital intensive, we need to take into consideration a lot of kinds of costs, like the construction costs, the legal procedures costs, the operating costs, the financing costs, which is very important because we have to borrow money from a creditor, which is a bank or any financier. So we have to think about how we can pay them the interest and about pay them the principal payments. And also, we have to think about the IRR, internal rate of return for real estate projects, and also the payback period. It must be less than 10 years to secure our long-term survivability. We have conducted this number based on our past experiences while we work in real estate companies. Yeah. This slide shows the specification of our projects. We make 2 tables. The first table, we present about the project objectives, which I have mentioned. The deliverables will have the final outcomes of our project. We'll have a 50-story office building. We'll have the smart system integrated into the building, with the smart parking, the smart camera, smart intercom, firefighting, everything. We must have energy efficiency when it comes to the operation of the building. We have to have the stable sources of income, and we should have a network of loyal tenants with the contracts, the rental contracts of at least 36 months. These are several important milestones. This is the date when we should get the approval from the Ministry of Construction to execute our construction. This is when our construction is finished. This is when our launching events take place, and this is when we reach 100% of occupancy. And these are some technical requirements. We will refer to the requirements from the Ministry of Construction Vietnam and also some standards ISO 14,000. I'm sorry, 14,000, and also the ISO for smart buildings. And finally, this is about the project management and implementation cycles. These are the respective steps, and I would like to focus on about the constructions, which normally it lies at the heart of any real estate projects. However, we decide to outsource this to another third party like a general contractor because we think that it is better to outsource to someone with more competencies to do this, because construction requires a huge level of commitment, requires high quality, high commitment, and also we will choose the general contractor by bidding. So we will have them submit to us a lot of information regarding their financial ability, their past experiences, their technical requirements, technical competencies, and they have to provide us with the bank guarantees to assure us of their commitment to our projects. Yeah, so let's move on to my classmates.
Yes, I would like to present our plan for the launch of our project to implement a new product. So our 15th floor building named Duhali building includes 2 basements, B1 and B2, and 15 floors for office leasing. So we have some assumption. First, about the revenue sources, we have 5 sources, which are tenants, office leasing, service fee, space leasing for ATM, parking fee, and lastly, the advertisement in elevator screen and also the signboards outside the building. And second assumption is about leasing occupancy. In the year 1, we aiming for 10 or 15 floors for leasing, and from the year 2, we are aiming for 100%, which is 15 floors for leasing. And about the capital for the project, 20% comes from the parent company, and the remaining is loan from Vietcombank. And the reason why we can borrow up to 80% of the capital is that a building project in Vietnam can borrow up to 80% in investment cost from a bank if that project satisfies the ability of debt repayment, or they mortgage access to the bank. In the case of this project, so the company has sustainable financial resources from the parent company, which can lend money to repay the debt in the worst case. And besides, we also a new company which has no bad debt. Therefore, the parent company will help to write a bank financing request to the bank, and they state the current assets, liability, and also the capital of the parent company. And so we can easily raise long-term loans from bank. And the next
English that you're talking about is very important for the assessment requirement. Rather than say the parent company, I would suggest change that words to a guarantor. You can continue to use a parent company, but because Sunderland is specifically looking at financial borrowing and you're going to be dealing with such a large amount, they're really going to check here. So make sure it's clear that you will write, you have a guarantor.
Yes, we have
Okay.
guarantor from the holding company reputations.
Please
That's
continue.
why we need to establish a holding company to guarantee for our new company, new affiliate, because the new company, it has no financial ability, it has no financial statements.
Everything you're saying now
Yes.
is going beyond just the time, but it's also not on your forms. Assessment will be determined based off of only 20 slides and only 3,000 words.
Yes.
So just focus on those keywords. Thanks. Go ahead. Please continue. We've already gone through almost 20 minutes.
Okay, the next assumption is our minimum contract period is 36 months, and the tenants pay fee once a year, except for 2 tenants out of floor 2 and 3, Tong and Hanoi Hub company, who would pay for 50 years to get a discount of 20% total fees. And we like to give primary timeline for the project before going to detail Gantt chart in the part 2.4 here, as you can see in the table here. The next slide, please. Yes, we have matched appropriate resources to our project. Firstly, about the financial resources, I have mentioned Dually Professional Leasing Company has the financial support from the state-owned Vietcombank and the parent company with charter capital of $1 billion. And with their financial support, the company is working on the project having total investment cost of $74.5 million. And the contributed charter capital is $125 million, 100 owned by the parent company. And about the organizational resources and also the human resources, we have the graph here. The organizational structure is depicted below in the graph, and Mr. Alex Lee, the CEO, will guide the team, and they will work directly with the manager of each department. And we also have some departments here, like marketing, sales, finance, HR, legal, technical, security, and cleaning department. And about the material resources, all materials needed for the building construction are authorized for the general contractor, and they are outsourced to calculate and decide all the material to construct the building. For example, all the materials such as cement, or sand, or steel would be calculated by the contractor, and this is the detailed construction cost of the company after calculation as a table material resources here. And this total cost of $74.5 million will become cost of tangible fixed asset of the building after it is handed over by the contractor. Next slide, please. Here is a cost or resources required for implementing. So on the one hand, all the costs directly related to the building construction would be capitalized to tangible assets. So these costs are covered in $74.5 million in initial investment costs, which is material cost, direct labor cost, and overhead cost. And on the other hand, other costs such as payroll, insurance related to employees, utilities, initial marketing expenses, land leasing expenses, and so on would be recorded to the expenses in the year, and also the profit and loss table in our assignment. About the break-even point, after calculation, our break-even period lasts 3 years and 8 months. For a real estate project in Vietnam, it is reasonable. Normally, the average payback period is from 4 to 8 years. It can be asserted that the project payback period is early compared to other common real estate projects due to the favorable geographical location and in accordance with the trend of green development. And the next, we will next slide, we will present the time scales for the management and implementation of our project. So as you can see here, we put the Gantt chart in the detail of each task in the project. In a comparison to industry standards, the project was completed in a reasonably short period of time. So there was a need to stick to a well-defined scope and keep careful track of work completed. Next.
Yeah, I will go quickly through about our strategies. So we'll have two important strategies. The first one would be about the business strategies. The first one will determine about where to play. Like we will determine about the customer segments and also about the geographies. I have already talked about this in our initial plans. We target 3 major markets, the corporation, the non-government organizations, and also about the other markets like the individuals, the governmental agencies, and etc. And we also conduct a segments analysis in which we determine which group will be our focus, which is about the corporations and also the NGO. And each of the segments will have a separate strategy to approach them by hiring differentiated sales campaigns with the sales agents. And we also set the criteria for choosing the sales agents to maximize our approach and maximize our image, brand image towards the market segments. About the business strategies, we also define our key success factors to distinguish ourselves from other competitors. We have here the service differentiations. We focus on the SMART standard and also the green standards. We will register for the SMART and Green International Standards to assure our competitive edges. We'll foster a close relationship with clients by facilitating the cooperation between them, among them, by holding several business matching sessions for them to create opportunities with each other. And also we focus on our young human capital, which is which lies at the heart of our operations. And the marketing strategies, will have the detailed table of each step regarding the marketing strategy. However, we will focus on our website and other online platforms such as Facebook and TikTok. We will also hold several live streams on Facebook, and also we have the virtual tours on our website to showcase the typical floor plans of each floor, so that our potential tenants can choose and to customize their needs. Yes, the pricing strategy, we have done the comparator analysis so that we can base our price as reasonably as possible. Yes, also we have the transformational strategies because this is very important for us to to show how we comply with the SMART and the green standard. And one example here is that we'll use the enterprise content management tools so that all information will be stored in cloud-based systems. Yes.
So to be successful, every business needs to have a knowledge of the internal organization and figure out how to work better and more efficiently. So we use the 7S model from McKinsey analysis. According to this model, the internal relationships between the factors will be organized in a methodical and scientific way. And first, we have strategy. We have mentioned and analyzed these items in LO 2.5. And about the structure, by creating a perfect balance between the necessary infrastructure and massive labor, the organization will be able to accomplish this project on time. And about the style culture, the focus of this factor is the leadership and management style of the business. And the CEO is the person who understands and manage and directs the team leader of all departments. About the skills, following the hiring of individuals with a variety of talents, the company gives suitable training to the employees in order to improve their skills and help the company meet its goals and objectives. And about the staff, so motivation to the staff is really important for every organization. So our managers of the company would motivate their employees in the proper ways. And beside, the company also has a policy of evaluation for employees, which concentrates on quality of work results every quarter. And we and our salaries for employees increase 2% every year for talent retention. About the system, sync among all departments in our company is very important to achieve our objectives. And lastly, about the shared purpose, all the staff of the company should work with the same purpose, with responsibility to fulfill objectives of the job assigned. Next slide, please.
And for the develop appropriate measure to monitor and evaluate the progress and the outcome, and to achieve the success for the project and bring efficiency to the company, it is important to complete all the tasks and all the steps, and also the project that need to be closely monitored. And we ensure the four major project variables like performance, cost, time, and scope are well taken by our company. And the four key elements in the project that are required for checking purpose include the master and supporting schedule and work breakdown structure. We have the Gantt chart for each division. And for the budget and estimate, we have the CF projection and the P&L. And the financial and funding plan, we have P&L, CF, and testify with the assertion how true, and also we have a long agreement with the bank. And for the quality manager plan, we set up a board of management assist with the project manager, and the project manager approach with COO from holding company for further guidance. And for the last, the stakeholder analysts, we have for the customer, we have the survey. And for the staff, we have the meeting and the petition box. And for investor, we have the general meeting of shareholders. The next, please. The next, yes. And for the monitor, the implementation of the project, to have a success project, the monitoring project execution is very important. And the project manager should keep the proper monitoring system in place in charge of the project to identify any further in project performance. And the 4 key that Duhali Professional Leasing LLC can apply to monitoring the implementation is the first is the time. With us, time is an important factor which we highly appreciate, and therefore the implementation and the completion of the project will be completed before or on time, strictly controlled. And for the research, our research are always accurate, such as the technical research, the financial research, and also the human research. And they are always controlled and managed by us careful and fully to be able to carry out the best project. And for the action, we promote and take action quickly and carefully to keep the project credit. And we ensure the progress and the quality of the work. Also, we take proper action to fulfill the corporate goal and the target, like communicate with the stakeholder, and we hiring staff and market survey and market segments. And for the last, the fund, we ensure the revenue, the capital, and the cash flow are always calculated in detail and carefully. And we ensure reimbursed by the bank to have the fund. The next, please. And for the fourth, to be able to evaluate the outcome of a project. For the first, the 4.1, the analyze the outcome of a project in terms of the original project. In terms of the original project specifications, the project had brought a lot of benefit to the company. And in that addition to having more credible for the brand, more equals to the company, the project also promotes the income and the other performance, such as strong customer platform and help the company add potential customer and create the confidence for the customer. And not only does it create a reputation and increase the profit for the company, the project also offers more the satisfaction of the entire staff in the company and also create more motivation for the employee. And also that they is contributing to increasing an increasingly creative and supportive and dynamic working environment. And the project also provides a practical experience for the company as well as all the entire staff, more experience and understanding the way of the implementation of the project. And more than that, the project also bring a new lessons on how to manage the project and manage on the money research and manage the human research for the future project. And with us, each project will give us experience and new lessons and more useful. And if it's possible, after the revenue and the cash flow is able to break even in 4 years, review and plan for opening another project to increasing the position of the company further. And for the 4.2, the evaluate the outcome of the project to determine the failure or success of the project. One of the main concerns is the product evaluating and also evaluating the accuracy and effectiveness of the project. The first outcome is the construction quality. Our building project will be supervised and inspected by the company and also under the supervision and grant of the Ministry of Construction, and the project is certified by MOC. Also for the green and the smart innovation standard, is implemented by the BCA, is the world trust organization for the evaluating green constructions, and by SBC is the smart building certificate. And for the second outcome, the customer certification. For the second, for the customer certifications, in order to assess the customer certification, we do a survey to evaluate the quality of the building, such as review and comment on aspect of utilities such as electricity and the water or parking, and also liability. And also we do more survey about that. So next is our recommendation.
Yeah, so we have formulated several recommendations to improve our projects following our initial plans, and today we have our finalized plan. At first, we want to establish a mixed-use towers with both retail and office components. However, we have narrowed down to office only because there is relatively low demand in retail market, and also we fear that we cannot survive the fierce market competitions. And so next one about our marketing plan. At first, we want to use the KOLs, key opinion leaders, as one of the marketing channels. However, at the end, we decided not to use this because using KOLs is pretty risky, because we have to upfront a huge amount of money in the first place. However, we cannot guarantee about the effectiveness. And next, KOLs, they only work for us for a short period of time, so they will not have the prolonged commitment to our brand image. So it's relatively risky for us too. So these are two of the tasks that we have revised through our scope of doing these projects. So next, present the outcomes of a project. We have the full Gantt chart that which have been shown in outcome 2.4, which is about the full implementation of the product of our projects. And finally, we have this 20 slides PowerPoint and also our final assignment to elaborate all the things that we have mentioned about our business plan. And these are the references that we have used to formulate our business plan. And yeah, we concentrated by using the quarterly report of some respected real estate agencies in Vietnam to do our business. And thank you very much for listening to our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so you did a great job timing this right for the beginning of lunch. I would like to just take a couple of minutes, I'll try to be seconds, to give you guys all comments that I hope will help. Number one, the last presentation. I love the details, but your information that you shared, you submitted, is about 21 slides, 22 slides. What you have submitted seems nice. However, you guys went way beyond that. You didn't show any 2.5, things like that on your submission online, but you had, I don't know, several different extra slides not there. That's not really allowed. So I will show you a couple of ways that might be able to help. Just a second before I show some of my slides. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about here. I don't expect you to be able to read the details, but you can see my screen, right? Can you guys see what I'm showing here?
Yes, yes, good person.
So rather than have one slide showing just one version of one Gantt chart, maybe you can have several different Gantt charts all together, for example. And then you can zoom in on each area when you're talking about it. That would be one way to do a lot. Another thing is let's just start with the beginning. The biggest thing, the rules are, this is in the assessment. It says you have to show quality research. And some of you have research statements submitted, some of you do not, but so far almost all of you do not have properly shown in-text referencing and the proper referencing at the end. So I'm just going to explain what those are. At the last slide and at the last page of your 3,000 word essay, you need to show the author, the year, the title that you get it, the company or the magazine, page number, and then the DOI or the website link where you get that. All of that needs to be in your last slide or your last page of your submission for every single fact that you're generally talking about. Every single image that you're getting from somebody else, you should show that referencing. If you don't, there's a good chance Sunderland is going to fail you just because of that, regardless of what you're trying to develop with your business. So reference properly, number one. Does everybody understand what I mean by in-text referencing? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
Because in our presentation, we have limited the information into what only our ideas, and we pitch out our idea based on what we think and what we have experience on. So basically, in our presentation, we only have images that need references in text. However, in the other slides that we made by our own, we cannot have any references on that. However, in our 3,000 word assignment, we have made a lot of references here. So is it possible if we can only use our slides just to provide information to our classmates and to professor? Because that is our...
Your request is, can I basically steal information from somebody else and talk about it as it's all my own ideas to class or for your PPT, and only tell the truth that I'm not stealing information on a written paper? No, I don't think that's a good idea. So what you can see on my page here, I believe this is the last group that just talked about things. I don't know who did it, and I can't give marks yet because there's no names or emails of people. You have to have that. It's a good idea to also praise Sunderland, praise FTU, because they're the ones giving you the degree. You might want to say the Sunderland course, the FTU detail, in addition to your name and details. But inside here, for example, this group, they were very good. They got some sort of information and they referenced New York Times 2021 or World Bank 2021. These are all in-text references, which are good. And this is just a simple overall idea talking about the pest analysis. It's almost everybody, probably in Vietnam, you could use this. So almost everybody in our class, the whole idea of the Vietnam growth, the GDP growth in 2019 was 7%. You could probably all use this, but if you just use this like this, and you don't have a page at the end talking about references, you will fail. So you, is that clear? You don't, what we are showing here, it's one way to do it. So here again, your pest analysis is great. This does take up space. Showing NYTIMES 2020, it takes up space. You can do a different type of referencing, and that could be like the Harvard style and just say number one, reference number one, and just put a small little number one here. And then just, if you know what I'm talking about, like this. And then at the very end, you say number one equals the New York Times, number two equals World Bank, number three equals VinEconomy. That would save a little bit of time, but you have to show references on your slides in brief and in full at the end. That's number one. Is that clear for the people that were asking about it?
I understand that if there is information from the which books, for example, we have to reference it. But if our presentation is only consists of Gantt chart, then what can we do to reference?
If it's just a Gantt chart and you are not referencing anybody else, that's information that's just coming from your mind, you are creating something new, then you don't need to put a reference for that. Your name is on it. Right?
Yes, because yes. That's why I asked about this, because we don't show the pestle analysis in our slide. We only show.
It would be good. I would suggest it would be good. So the last group that you just presented, this is very valuable for almost everybody to present. If you have your Gantt chart, let's check the, sorry, before I leave this real estate group, you went from, this is 1-1, 1-1-1-2, 1-1-2, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, then you went to 3. However, you actually in your presentation, you showed several other slides, like there's, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 100 different slides, 2.5. That's not allowed. You need to put them all together. So what is a solution for that? One solution, as I said, is to try to write it at the bottom. Put details like this. You can have maybe 2 slides or 3 slides all on one slide, make them a little bit smaller. The university, they can't take a lot of marks off you if it's a smaller details you can say that you zoomed in on. Let's go, hopefully that's understood. The idea is you have to have 3,000 words maximum. You can't go beyond that. And you have to have, where is that other one? The Sunderland requirement is 20 slides maximum. You're not allowed to go behind that. I would not even condense your cover slide or your references as extra. This is what they say, so just follow that. Otherwise, you're gambling with your chances. So combine slides together. The other thing that we were just saying, let's take a look. Was it group? Was this the group 2? You were talking about your e-commerce. So in here, you were talking about your Gantt chart. This, for example, you are saying the initial design of the website might be a time. Yeah, there's nothing you need to reference here, but you are getting some information here. If this is from you, fine, but if you're copying some other business, put a reference here. If you're talking about the costs of how much you're going to pay people, it would probably be a good idea to reference, I don't know, a Facebook job site or any job site that lists employment values. So this may want to have a reference. Same thing for this budget. You know, this $3,000 for a website advisor, you may want to have a reference for that. Does that make sense? Group 2?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand.
Can you guys show me through here what would be an extra thing that you would need a reference for? Your goals? No, this is just your mind. You want this, that's okay. No reference here.
Because most of the things we show in our slides is from our minds.
Yes, almost our information is created by our mind, and some information like the photos of the e-commerce page, I also designed it by myself.
Okay, so one of the things that the university is trying to encourage is the whole idea of any studies in any university is not to become just an expert in your design, but to learn how to learn. You have to learn how to use reliable information, and you must learn what is garbage information. Anybody that's guessing about things, it's less valuable than reliable information. So for example, in this slide that I'm showing right here, your milestones, you're saying you're trying to reach 2,500 customers. I guess this is related to marketing. So maybe you could put a star here, or if you're going to reach 77,000 customers, you could have a small reference here showing, I don't know, Gangnam Style reached 1 billion views in 24 hours. So you might be able to do that. Understand? Like just show any other reference that it's possible, so it's not just a guess.
Actually, we have that in our extra information in our folder. So we think that is it necessary to attach the whole? There are many references there. There are many papers there. So we need to attach these references into our slide too, because yes, we do read and we do take experience from others to make up our mind to have this plan. So, but this idea is our, and so this is necessary for us to also attach the references from the papers, the newspaper, and everything else.
You're asking two different questions. You're asking, do you have to reference? Absolutely, you must reference. Do you have to reference absolutely everything? That depends on your professor. Some professors are very strict, and if you miss one reference, you fail. I am flexible, but I would guess as a minimum, this PPT right now, it's showing you can get 7,000 references. It's showing that you can hire people for $10,000 a year or $11,000 a year, but there's no reference for that. So you have no support for it. So it's just a guess, and the evaluators in England, they will give trouble for just guessing. So at least put some references in.
Okay.
Yeah, Link, I think we can have a reference here because some idea we can add some like additional information in our slide with the reference. And second, like in the PESTEL or in the SWOT analysis, we use also some idea from reference, and that's why we can add some reference about that. And if we show something like a Gantt chart, we don't need to add the reference. And so it's not every slide we have asked to reference, but some slide here have reference, we add it, and some slide we can add the additional information to have a reference here. And so it's a real solution. Link.
Here's a suggestion before we go to lunch. Sorry, here's some extra slides for one of the groups. In this group, they're showing this PESTEL analysis. This is big, it's a whole slide, it's a lot of information, but it's kind of valuable. You are showing you are doing research, and there's several different references in this. I would suggest every group here, every student, if you use this, that would be good. So put this in. We've also showed that you can combine 2 or 3 slides all together, so try to do that. What we were showing earlier here, everyone also not only needs to do like a PESTEL analysis, but you need to show how much it costs to hire somebody in Vietnam. Listen, everybody in class, does anybody in this class have a reference showing how much it costs? Or are you just saying guesses? Because guesses might be a problem with the Sunderland University. If somebody shows Craigslist says this, or Facebook says this, or there's many websites that actually talk about it, like Fiverr or Freelancer or Odesk. All of those are outsourcing places where you can hire people. Reference those as a minimum. If anybody has that reference, show that now or paste it in Facebook, and everybody together can use it, and everybody won't have this problem. So does anybody in class have a reference for how much it costs to hire somebody in Vietnam? I think this is, can you see what I'm typing on the screen here?
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is correct. Like this is a website, and you could probably just go to, so I am making it a little bit smaller. I'm changing your details, but freelancer.com and fiverr.com, those are references that talk about salaries. So if you have just this here, then you're not cheating and you're following the directions. So at least as a minimum, do something like that. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes, yes. Okay.
What else was I talking about? You guys all know these have to be discussed. So we went through and we have some notes for each of these things, but you have to follow this. You have to follow these requirements, and you should not have any more than 20 slides. Do not have any more than the 3,000 words. You can have extra and say it's part of an appendix, but whatever you're submitting, it needs to be just these 3,000 words and just the 20 slides, and then you can have a link to extra if you want, but all answers should be in here. And then at the end, this is from Sunderland. They wrote this: if you're caught plagiarizing, you will fail. That means you must show a reference on each page and the full details at the end. You know, this is from Sunderland. Make sure you show all of your contacts. Everybody needs to talk about that. Everybody also, you know that I believe 10% of your mark is every one of you has to submit an evaluation guide, not just for your teammates, but for the people that are presenting. Next, I've talked about this a lot. Add references at the end and also on each slide and in each paragraph of your essay. This is the requirements. I highlighted what I think is pretty important. Make sure you don't skip that. We already talked about this. A solution is you can combine things together. If you use the regular referencing style and you put an author and a year in every paragraph, that's going to take a lot. You can use the different referencing style where it's just one letter or one number. Reference number 1 is 1 here, and then at the end you show number 1 comes from a certain full reference. That would be one way to save time. Sunderland is also very interested in your funding requests. You have to show funding requests and your processes related to that. If you're asking for any money, you have to make, I believe Sunderland is going to make sure you're realistic and show you have safe collateral, show you have customers because you're copying some other existing company that's doing something, use that as a reference, or show you have a guarantor. That should be able to help a lot. That's like a trick to help. But I'm sure Sunderland wants to see you are showing your business plan as collateral, your equipment is a collateral. Anything you buy with the money from the bank that you borrow will be collateral that the bank can own. So talk about that. Is that clear? Is the idea of collateral clear? Long, Hugh, Jung, you understand what we mean by collateral?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Yes, even for the salary based on our experience, we have to try to reference them, right?
Well, exactly, because if you're trying to borrow $100 million and you show them, this is what I guess, this is based on my experience, they're not going to trust you as much as if you show, here's the regular website that the world uses showing this is the normal pay, this is the normal amount. So the more references you use, the more people will trust you, the easier it will be to be successful. You need to understand that people don't believe us. So reference others. That's one thing. The other thing is with the financing, this was very good. it's showing the material resource. We have to show the costs that we're going to use, but when you're doing the costs, they're probably going to look through things like this, like the total value here, $8 million, $53 million, $34 million, already we're over $90 million, but the total says only $74 million. So something's a problem. I understand it. It's you're showing that part of it is different. Like maybe number I and II is different than 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 might be inside II construction costs, but normally this 34 million, 18 million, 660, this should be in a different column. It's safer if you put it in different columns so that Sunderland assessors won't have any questions about it. That'll take a little bit more space, but that would be good. Anyway, I guess I should stop. Oh, the other thing, when you're saying that you're going to be borrowing from a bank, you guys, some people said the bank will give 80% loans. Well, that is very, very important. Write down where is the link that says that. That is an important reference. So it's your lunchtime. I'll stop talking. Any questions before we go for our lunch? Going once, twice?
So nobody has any questions. So we will have a break. So we will come back at 1 p.m. with group 6 presenting first, and also group 1 and so group 3. So and so in the afternoon. So I hope that everyone can control the time so we can have a little time to review, and we will have the awarding sessions. So hopefully stay in time. And I know you provide a lot of important and useful information, but please now post the link, the Google Drive link in the Facebook. So if anybody needs any information, so that we can go back there and we can help and comment or evaluate your work.
Right. So for the groups that are going, all groups so far, you just saw that some people have information about wages. Some people have information about pestle. You can go in and share information together. Maybe you can get information from some of your classmates. Nobody's going to get a 99% or really a 70%. Everybody here, just you get a pass or a fail. So please help each other reference good material together. And many of the answers are with your teammates. Start suggesting that throughout Facebook and it would help. See you guys in, you wanted, it's 1 hour? Is that what you want today? Or is it still, did you guys ask for normally?
So could we go back at 1 p.m. Vietnam and 3 p.m. in Korean?
So I'll see you in an hour and a half then, 90 minutes. Okay.
Professor, is that okay for you to have lunch?
Yep, no problem for me. Like I say, I can stay many hours, 8, 10 hours to help you guys if you want. But everyone must have evaluations from everyone else. Sunderland is looking for that. So at least try to finish something quickly. Like that last presentation, you were close. I think you had 21 or 22 slides. That's close. Sunderland might say, come on, you need to change it a little bit. But the reality is you had like 10 other slide 2.2, 2.23, 2.24, you know, so start. I will help beyond class, but use the class time to try to fit the requirements. Bye guys. I'll let you guys go. If you have questions, I'll stay.
Thank you.
Mr. Long, I want to order some of your food. Do you guys have the kitchen open yet? That looked delicious. You're teasing me. I should fail you because you make my stomach go crazy.
That's what we aim for when we want to present nearly lunch. We put the clip on that.
Bye guys.
See you.